During the 1970s, there were a few classic rock live albums that were just magical performances, and we're going to play the live version of Running on Empty from Jackson Browne in 1977. David Lindley was the slide guitar player that night, and he passed away last year, so my hat's off to David Lindley, amazing talent and just an expert at the slide guitar techniques. So to get started, we're going to need to tune the guitar to open A tuning. And open A is actually pretty close to your regular tuning, but you got to raise your D string up to an E. You got to raise your G string up to an A. And you got to raise your B string up to a C sharp. Okay, so those three strings are up 2 frets or 1 whole step. So from the very beginning, we have to have a buzzy sound on our guitar amp, like that. At the beginning, he kind of starts kind of simple, and then as it goes on, he gets a little more busy. And I just love it. It's a great approach. So from the beginning, we just hold out the A, and then we hold out the A again, and then we hold it out again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have the first volume swell. It's fret 9 from your G and E strings like this. Okay, and you give it a little bit of that tremolo shake. To play along with the piano lick, we start on D2, then it's open, and then 2, 4, and then open, 2, open, open. Okay, let's put that together. Ready, go. Then the vocal begins. For the first verse, we're going to do the open A, low, and the other A, which used to be your G string. And it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 up, 4, and 1, and 1, and 4, and 1, and 1, and 4, and 1, and 1, and 4, 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 and 1, and. Okay, so after 12 measures of that, I believe I hear David Lindley playing 4 strings on this chord, and it is the only time that I'm going to use the low E string in the entire song. Anyway, we're on fret 17 to get a D chord like this. Okay, then we go to fret 12 to do our E and C sharp. And then there's another pluck. And now we go to 7 on the A string and the D string. And now we're in the first chorus. A, 2, 3, up, 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 down, up, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and now you go to that F sharp minor again on the fret 9. The only caution I got to give you about that particular moment is do not play the B string because it's the wrong note. It'll sound bad. Starting with verse 2 of the song, David Lindley kind of gets into this nice stride background for his part, and he's playing a pattern that's just like strumming down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. But imagine doing that with only the 2 strings, A and A. Down, up, down, up, like that. Now on this every other measure, he puts in a cool little 3-note lick. E, that's open. F sharp, that's fret 2 on your D string. And then open A. which I'll pluck with my finger. Okay, so that was open, 2, open. Okay, so put the 2 measures together and it goes like this. Down, up, down, up, up, down, up, 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 down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, so that was 6 times, and now we're going on to the D chord again, but this time we're just going to do 2 strings on the 17th fret. That's our D and G strings. Okay, and then it's a single note C sharp on the 12th fret. And then we go a B to an E, so that's going to be 7th fret on the E string. And then he goes up to a 12 on the E string. So now we're into chorus 2 of the song, and we're going to just start with a low A and just let that ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Then you go to your C sharp on the 12th fret, and then 10, and then 12 on the G string, which is an A now. Put that together and it kind of sounds like this. Okay, from there we pluck the B string again, the C sharp note. And then we go back to our open A, wait 2 measures, and now we go to that 9 on the G and E strings again. Okay, so now we're into that famous solo section that you've all been waiting for. We're going to start on the top string, the E string, and we're going to slide from 12 to 17 to get started. And here we go. So we go up, and it counts 1, 2, 3, then 14 to slide to 12, and then pluck a second time. B12. Now slide the B string up 15 to 17. Now you're on the E string 17, then way up to 22, and then it's 21, 22, 21 again. Back to 17, to 12, and then you end, so to speak, on B12. From here we go on the B string 12, 15, 17. And then the E string 17. Now E string 14, but slide up to it from 12. Okay, now we're into the next lick, which is E14 to 12, and then B13, 12, again B13, 12, and then G12, D12, G12, then D12 to 14, now G12, then B10 to 12, slide up to 10, and then pluck it again for the next measure. 13, 12, we're still on the B string. G12. Okay, now we're on B13. And it's going to go 13, 12. 2 plucks there. Now on the E string, 12, 14, 12. And then a B12. And then a E12. And you hold that. You're almost done. Now slide your B string up to 17. And then the last two notes are E17. Okay? One more time, let's try to just go through this solo at a slow speed. Starting on E17, 12, 14, then 15, 17, 22, right? Now we're on B again, E17, then 14, 14, 12, and now your G, B13, and then a 12, 14, okay, then your last two notes. That leads you to the bridge. Let's keep going with the song. Now we're going to do our 17th fret again, this time with 3 strings, the A, D, and G strings. Okay, then we go same strings, fret 7. This time all of them at once, and then open, okay, for your A chord. Now we're on the 9th fret, but we're on the middle 2 strings. 7th fret, 5th fret, and then open G and B strings. Okay, now a variation of that same bridge, and it's the 3 strings, A, D, and G strings, 9 to 5 to 7 to open. Now there's a short lick, 4-2 open on the A string. Okay. Now we're back to the D and G strings alone, fret 5, fret 7. Now you got a single note line before the next verse. I'm going to use the D string. So we're going to do D10, 9, 7, 5, and then 2, 0 or open. Okay, let me do that again. 10. All right, now we're into verse 3. And in verse 3, he's going to play the background part exactly the same as verse 2. Down, up, down, up, up, down, 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 up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, and that repeats for 6 times. On the 6th time, we have a slight variation with the down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, because he's getting ready for the 17th fret. Now we're going to play the D and G strings again on the 17th fret. And then it's open, but it's the D, G, B strings. Then we go to the 7th fret for the A, D, G strings. And that goes for 2 measures. And now we're into chorus 3. Okay, and chorus 3 starts the same as verse 3. Down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up. And now we have that F sharp minor, which is just 2 notes on the 9th fret again. And now we're into verse 4. Verse 4 starts the same as verse 3. Down, up, down, up, up, down, 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 up, down. Okay, 5th fret on the A and D strings. 7th fret on the same 2 strings. Okay, now we're going to go to the G string and play another melodic lick, starting on fret 9, 7, 5, 4, 2, 0. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, now we're on to fret 5, A and D strings. Fret 7, same 2 strings. And then the same lick. Okay, now we have a little variation because it's going to go 9 to 5 on the A string. Now we go to the 7th fret for the A, D, and G strings. He goes back to his 12th fret, G string. Okay, while the band is playing other chords, he's just playing that one note. Then it's D, and then the 12 on the B string, it's a C sharp. And this note lasts a very long time, longer than I can last. And then at the very end of the 1, 2, 3, 4, drum fill to, and slide down. When David gets to the outro section of the song, I don't think he's playing that same exact down, up, down, up, down, up anymore. It's kind of hard to tell. So I'm just changing it to down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, like that, because that seems closer to what's going on at that point. Let's start right on the outro solo. We've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and then a nice big slide up to 17. I go 12 to 17, and then down. The next measure is down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, now we're going to go to 14. This is on the high E string, and 12. Okay, and then the next lick is on the B string, 13, 12, 13, E, 12, 14, 17, and then 21. Okay, let's try to put that together a little better, starting back at the 14th fret. We got 14, 2, 3, 4, ba, ba, ba. Right, and now we're into the open to measure 3. And now we're going to do our next little solo lick. We've got 17. I'm going to slide again from 12. Okay, 17. Then it's 14, 12. And now B, 12, 10. Then the G string on 12. 2 times. Now the D, 14, 12. And then G, 12. B, 10, 12. 12, 12. All right, and now at that moment where this note is lasting a long time, he slides down and then a quick up at the end. I can't even sustain that long, but let's do it anyway. So we have a 2, 3, 4, like that. And then he rips back up right around the 17th fret. And now he's going to do another lick, which is going to be 14 on the E to 12. 2 plucks on the 12. The next he's going to do those octaves again while somebody else is playing. This is measure 146, measure 147, 148, And now it's his turn again. Let's go to the 17 again on the high E string. And then it's 17, 15. I'm going to play this on the B string. And then we go 17 on the B and then 17 on the E. Okay, now we got 17B, 17E, 2 times, 19, 21, 2 times. On the 3rd time, there's a big slide. And then back up to 17. And now it's going to be on the same string, 17, 14, 12. And now we're at the end of the song. So we have 12 on the B. Okay, and then the last chords, we have 14 on E, 16, first time we've heard that note in the entire song, a G sharp. Okay, and then we go to 17, 12, 14, and 12 on the B string, and then the final 12 on the G. And then there's a hit, and the applause.